Okay, I have no idea how this is gonna look because I am in a very quick setup because I was far too lazy to grab a proper light. So we have our little tiny 25C from Amran lighting me over here. And I'm trying so hard to use my iPad to see everything because I can use the MC app so I can get like false color and all that jazz. And I'm just like, there's too much information going in. But I am finally filming the talking head for our lovely photo shoot that I did like back in February, like the end of it. I was intending to post this far sooner, as in like almost an entire month sooner than this, but it is what it is. We're also testing a new mic. I got the DJI Mic 3. That way I don't have my shirt drooping down every time I try using the mic. I could have clipped it on the mic collar. I don't think that might have been a better idea, but this whole video is literally just me trying new things because this photo shoot was a struggle. All right, so this shoot, this shoot was full of struggles because I did this in a very small space. And realistically, I probably should have shot this in my living room. That way I would have had way more space and I could have actually stretched out my background because I used my curtains as my actual backdrop. And I had myself huddled on the floor to the side of my bed with the camera. I had two lights, and then I did have a flash for about half the photos. The little, I think it's a Godox TI-30 or T30i, something like that. I tried to use that flash. It just, I think because it was such a confined space and I didn't dial in the settings for it, it didn't work for me. So I returned it. I do have a regular flash that runs off AA batteries, which I will probably just use next time, to be honest. So the photos I all chose, I'm pretty sure they're all without the flash. So, you know, I don't know what may have improved if I had the flash dialed in. I think if I had done it through manual and not TTL, it would have worked. Because I'm using my iPad and the shutter app for Sony to do all my photo shoots. So it's like I'm using that to dial in the settings on the camera, and then having the flash at the TTL, I think that just wasn't a good combo. I probably should have had the flash be on manual and just adjusted it after adjusting the settings on the app, and then worked with it from there. But it's okay, it's like a learning experience. I don't use flash, so I'm learning to figure that out, because I think for indoor settings, flash is gonna be very important for me to get that like just contrast. So, as I mentioned, this was a bit of a struggle because of the confined space. So pretty much everything is like waist up. I had some that I showed more like my lower body, but it just didn't look very good because a lot of my leg was cut off. So, you know, but let's like slap up the force photo. So this was probably a good halfway through the photo shoot. I'm like, let me just honestly stare down the camera. That sounds so silly, but this photo shoot I wanted to do because, believe it or not, this is not top model related. This is Make Me a Supermodel from Bravo. They did an episode in season 2 where it was like self-reflection. So it was just literally mirrors everywhere and you posed with yourself. And for some reason, I'm like, yeah, I can do that. Slight issue is that the only mirror I had accessible that like would have fit the space was a standing mirror, which leans backwards. So as a result, the light isn't hitting the glass at the right way. So there's like some darker spots than there should be, because if it was upright, it would be almost, I assume it'd be probably like 1-for-1 because it'd be reflecting the light directly. So little wonky there. But yeah, this first shot, by the way, my laptop is directly below the camera lens. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at the photo so I can make sure I'm talking about the right photo that I'm inserting in the video. So we're trying. I'm still trying to figure out how to fit this, especially for this where I used my DJI Action Pro 5 to film the actual photo shoot. I messed up a lot of the framing because I didn't realize the screen goes black after it's been recording for a little bit, which makes sense because that helps conserve battery if it's just a black screen with the record timer on it. So I kept moving it, not realizing it was going, and but I think this is probably the best photo I took. This is like the top model best photo for this shoot, honestly. But the second one is just like, it gets, the 5 I picked are very much me staring at myself for the most part in the camera, or in the mirror, and a few of me staring into the camera through the mirror, which is confusing to do, honestly, but it's like, I don't know. But the second one, I was trying to give something, because the very first one you had just blank face, just stare at the camera lens. The second one, I was trying to, like, I don't know, give myself a look or some kind of emotion, because just staring at the camera lens is not great, especially when this is meant to be a reflection. So like, what are you seeing in that reflection? In this case, it got a little angry. And as it went on, I did give an angry face, because there was one set of photos in Make Me Super Mario where I think it's one of the guys, the photographer told them to basically like yell at themselves, talk to themselves, get mad at themselves to get some emotion, because they weren't changing up their face in any way. So I'm just like, let me try doing that. So this was the start. This was the template. And I mean, I like that everything that's in focus is in focus that I needed. Like, I'm obviously a little out of focus in front of the mirror, which is fine because I was closer to the lens, so I should be a little out. But the fact that for the most part, the reflection is pretty in focus, and that was important to me. Although you do see in the upper portion of the reflection, like there's a bit of that dark spot, and that was an issue with the mirror. Had the mirror been more upright, it would have helped, because you can kind of see my wall, a little sliver of the wall being reflected. And that was the fault of the mirror just not being upright. The third one though, while this is one of the better photos, I have no idea what I was doing. I just liked that it was something that wasn't me just staring into the camera lens. But again, there is a bit of a lighting issue. Like, some of these photos I thought were good, but also as a learning experience. This one is, again, a learning experience with the lighting, where because the mirror was not upright, there wasn't proper lighting. There's this weird line on, I think this way, yeah, the right side of my face. Like, just a weird dark spot, and then you get two like bulbs of light. So it's kind of funny. But it's like, I don't know how to pose myself. Like, I'm not a model. I've never photographed a model. So it's like trying to figure out where I need to be angled to the light, and then where I need to angle the light itself. Because I think I had one light, like, just like, say I'm here, like I'm in the shot. I had one light over here that was a little lower. I think that was like 50% brightness, and then I had another one up here, maybe more of like a key light, I guess. And that was like 75%, and they were both tilted inward. That way they would shine down on me. And then my camera was kind of diagonal with me. Probably wasn't the best lighting setup, but I think me in front of the mirror was decently lit. I think it's just me in the mirror that was the issue. The fourth photo at this point, this is where I was trying to almost mimic the Make Me a Supermodel shot, because he had like some mirror pounding shots. So I'm like, let me just give an angry face. Let me just do something. And I think my mind kind of went blank when I did that, to be honest. Like, I don't know why, but I had like 30 frames of me doing this. I think I just kept shifting myself little by little until it fit right, because I'm sitting down in this. So I'm like leaning against the mirror. So I'm trying not to knock the mirror over, first off, because it's a cheap mirror from Target that I got during the pandemic, because I just needed a mirror, like a body length mirror, and then it has rungs in the back to like hang clothes and stuff on to help counterbalance it, honestly. And I probably should have did that. I probably should have hung some clothes to counterbalance it, because it definitely was a little unstable because it didn't have the weight to hold itself with me pushing against it. So, you know, if I use that mirror in the future, I'll counterbalance the weight a little bit. But this is probably the one shot out of the entire set of 200 or so where there was probably like some actual emotion, because I was actually frustrated with the photo shoot at this point, because I don't know, I didn't know what to do for faces. Like I don't know if I'm just like scared to emote and worried about not like looking silly. Like, I think that's why my issue is like I'm worried about looking silly doing these photo shoots. Like, they're fun in the moment, and then once I start reviewing the photos during the shoot, I'm like, oh, this doesn't look exciting. So I need to learn to work with that a little more. And then that's where like the last one is just me trying to give something. There's a lot of anger in this shoot, actually. Like, when I really think back to it, there was a lot of angry shots. And I don't know if that was me thinking anger means like, you know, an emotional shot. It gives a good look. It might have been, I was just genuinely pissed off with this shoot, because I know I could do better. Again, here you see the issue where the upper portion of the mirror, you can see like my wall. You can see actually a picture in there. I probably could have like chopped that out when I was editing it. Maybe I'll do that in post. I'll just like, when I'm putting this in the video, I'll just like chop it out, because just cutting off looked great, but having that dark spot up there, I probably could mask it though and just brighten it manually. And honestly, I'd probably crop a good bit off, because in the very bottom you can see a bit of my hand in the reflection. I probably would just like crop that off to where almost my elbow is hitting that bottom of the frame. I'd probably just crop it to that point. And I think that would change the whole look of the photo, honestly. Actually, let's do that. Probably looks better. I think it probably looks better. I didn't do it for myself, but we did the video, so it probably looks better. Yeah, it's just trying to figure out how to do these photo shoots in a way that it's fun, not too stressful, and I'm gonna get good photos by testing my ability. So here, like, I want to try using Flash. It didn't work out. Doesn't mean I won't try it again in the future. I'm just gonna use my regular Flash I have, which I've never used, but it just uses AA batteries and I have rechargeable ones. So, you know, I'll do that. There is a shoot I want to do that I saw on YouTube that was utilizing just one light and one flash to give you that like kind of hidden features kind of look. So it's like fully darkened out here and then you just have the light where the flash is. I do want to try that. I watched a couple of videos from this one person who specifically kind of specializes in that for like portraits. And they gave some tips on how to like check your flash lighting and see if it's gonna give you that effect. So I'm gonna try that out for a shoot. I don't know if it's gonna be the next one. Because I really want to try food photography. Like, let's take a departure from my face. I really want to try food photography. Mostly because it's an excuse to bake some cupcakes and style them and decorate. I really want to do that so badly. So I think I might give that a go. And that would also be a little easier to film, because then I can be doing the photography in the moment rather than setting it on a screen. I probably will still have my camera tethered though, just so I can look at the photos at a bigger screen. But you know, this is, again, a lot of struggles here, a lot of learning, trying out new things. That's what this is about. I want to get better at what I'm doing, because this is a hobby that I don't have to really invest in now, because I have everything I need to do what I gotta do. It's just learning to use it and then producing the content. Like, the hardest part of these videos is just making the actual video itself. I am so sorry for the camera shaking. If that's showing in the video, I'm so sorry. I'm literally in a room that's not level, and my desk is on wheels. But yeah, so I'm gonna try my best to get consistent with this, because I really do. February was not a great month. Most of March was not a great month. So the motivation to make this video, make the talking head, because I can't really post the video without the talking head portion. It's been a struggle, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna work on it. I think doing some food photography would be a great way to motivate myself, because then I can eat the product after. Well, I could even do like some shots of me eating, you know, gracefully. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm gonna leave it here. Hopefully this mic sounds good. We'll find out. Anyways, see ya.